Hello everyone, and welcome to the Room of Requirement. Today is part 2 out of 4 of the Threshold series, talking about the Master Key. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. Why nothing worked until now. A continuation of the Master Key. If you found yourself listening to the last transmission and feeling both seen and unsettled, that was not an accident. Because once the Master Key is named, something inside you starts to reorganize, not consciously and not dramatically, but subtly. You begin to sense that the issue is never effort, or intelligence, or even devotion. It was timing, and timing is not linear. Most people believe readiness is something that you decide, that if you want something badly enough, or understand it deeply enough, or work hard enough, the door should open. But readiness does not respond to desire. It responds to integration. Integration is the part of the path that feels invisible. It does not look like growth, and it does not feel like progress, and it offers no validation, which is why it's usually skipped. But integration is where the nervous system learns how to remain present under intensity. It is where insight settles into the body, where emotion stops running the system, where awareness becomes inhabitable. Without integration, awareness becomes overwhelming. With it, awareness becomes stable. This is why many people experience moments of awakening that later collapse. Not because the awakening wasn't real, but because the system could not hold it. So the psyche closes the door again, not as punishment, but as protection. If you look back honestly, you will likely see this pattern in your own life. Moments where something almost shifted. Times when clarity arrived, then faded. Periods where you felt close, but not through. Those were not failures. Those were tests of capacity. Capacity is not built through thinking. It is built through repetition, regulation, and presence. Through learning to stay in the body, even when you want to leave it. Through learning to feel emotion without becoming it. Through learning to remain steady without needing certainty. This is the work beneath all spiritual work. Here is something rarely said plainly. The nervous system is the real initiatory gate. You cannot stabilize expanded awareness in a dysregulated system. You cannot embody truth when the body is in survival. And so the path often pauses you until the body catches up to the soul. This is why slowing down becomes unavoidable, why the dramatic experiences fade, and why the excitement dulls, and why the path feels quieter. Not because you're losing connection, but because you're being asked to inhabit it. Depth requires stillness. Many people mistake this phase for stagnation. They think something has gone wrong, but in reality, something has gone right, and the system is learning how to hold more without breaking. This is also why comparison becomes painful here. You may see others advancing, teaching, expanding, and feel as though you've been left behind. But initiation does not move on a public timeline. It moves on a structural one, and structure takes time. If you are here, and if you're listening to this, there's a good chance you are in a building phase, a phase where very little seems to happen externally, but everything is reorganizing internally. This phase is not glamorous, but it is decisive. What you build here determines what can move through you later. The Master Key does not arrive when you are eager. It arrives when you are stable, when you no longer need transformation to validate you. and when you are no longer chasing experiences, when you can stay. This is why nothing worked until now. Not because you weren't ready to begin, but because you were still becoming ready to receive. There is no rush. There never was. The path has considered you carefully, and it is precise. If this resonates, do not try to accelerate it. Let integration finish its work. What opens next will not close again. There is nothing to do with this either. Just notice where you are now without judgment. That awareness alone is part of the integration. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you today. The next part we're going to talk about how to integrate the master key in daily life and how to hold capacity when you're on a path. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please drop any comments below if this resonates with you, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.